Beste kijkers, ik zit hier met een oude vriend, David. Of zal ik je David noemen? David is uit David Levi from Los Angeles. And you made Aliyah how much years ago?
Oh, it was 15 years ago now. I've been living here.
And we're
in Tzfat.
Here in Tzfat.
It's a northern city, a holy mystical town, a mountaintop town in northern Israel, about 20 kilometers from the Lebanese border. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what brought you here?
What brought me here? What attracted me to this place? Yeah. Well,
like a successful sound engineer, you know, you had the whole music industry over there.
True.
And you come to this small.
True. It's a big change. It was a big change from Hollywood to Tzfat, I got to tell you. Well, the truth is that my life was ready for a big change, and since I've always been, focused on the spirituality of life, it seemed, and being a musician, it seemed like the appropriate place to come to, because this is the city where Kabbalah was founded and created, and is well known for, and it's also attracted a lot of music and artists from around the world. So it seemed like the right place to put myself, and I've been here ever since.
And where do we met?
We met in Jerusalem, and I was here for a month. We met, and we were learning Torah and the mystical insights of God.
And music, a lot of music.
Yes, of course, that goes without saying.
And our subject is music, and actually a very special part in it, and it's more the prophetic element. Maybe we can call it like that.
The spiritual aspect of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes very deep. Like everybody in his own style of music has his song where he feels that his soul is like, what is it? What is it?
By expressing our soul, which most of us, a lot of us attempt to do in this world while we're here, in media outlets of music, art, dance, different art forms or other expressions of the soul that allow it to lift and raise higher to a higher vibration, because of the connection we have with that music or that art that makes us feel alive and makes us, knowing or unknowing, to be more connected to God. So music has always been one of the highest aspects of creation. Torah, music, it's right up there with God. So music is a very spiritual experience, and transformation can happen in a person and the whole world through music.
So what I found is that one of the techniques of the prophets was that they will get into this prophetic state through music.
True.
It's something that is quite unknown, and I found some places in the Torah, or actually the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible. And one example is King Saul, the first king, the first king of Israel. And let's say in the beginning of his career, he had a hard time to believe that God has chosen him.
True.
Okay? And the prophet Samuel reassured him that this is so, and provides him with a number of signs to prove this.
True.
Okay? And I will read this. So, one of these signs was that Saul would meet a band of prophets coming down from high place with a lute and a timbrel and a pipe and a lyre before him. And they shall prophesy, and the Spirit of God will come upon you, and you shall prophesy with them, and you shall be turned into another man.
True.
Yeah, that's from Samuel 10.5 and 6. And So in fact, Saul does meet a band of musical prophets, and when he meets them, he begins to prophesy.
True.
Another example is with Elisha, the prophet. He was the beloved student of Elia, the big Elia, the prophet.
True.
So in Elisha, there we see that once he was approached by 3 kings who asked for his prophetic insights. And he asked them to bring him a minstrel. What's a minstrel? A musician.
Right.
Yeah? So he asked him to bring him a musician. And then the Tanakh relates, and it came to pass when the musician played, the hand of God came upon him. So there are many ways of divine spirit and prophecy are expressed, and music is considered one of those
True.
channels.
Well,
There are a lot of more, but these are
there
the classic
was King
ones.
David,
You know?
King David Amalek, who was also a great prophet in his own right, and wrote the book of Tehillim, which is basically the book of of songs, and it's very musical. In fact, when we read from the Torah, it's all done with musical, flavor, and there's different ways of reading from the Torah, and so basically, music is fundamental and essential to life and to spirituality, and
And it's actually also the 8th string
of the harp.
Till this day, we don't know what it is.
We don't know. That's something for the future.
For the future, it will be revealed
True.
what this note will be.
True.
But let's say nowadays, or even when we were, let's say, even you are a little bit older than me.
A little bit.
A little bit? A little.
We'll leave the numbers out.
But let's say, I think we also, when we were a little bit younger, we went maybe to some trance or techno parties,
Yeah.
and maybe we experiment with some pills.
Sure.
And the weird thing is that this music is so simple, but these beats let people, people are going up through an external.
It's an incredible
it's cheating.
experience.
It's maybe cheating because you took something.
Yeah.
But the thing is that
The
in
outcome
the West,
is still quite have a positive effect. I used to go to these parties and dance for 10, 11 hours without stopping.
Yeah.
Because the music, once you get inside the music, and the music can carry you, to forever if you wanted to.
So, what's the song
What song?
where you feel you
that-
got some
very
you
uplifted
begin,
to higher realms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's hear
I
it.
can think
Let's hear
of
it, man.
I can think of many songs, but let me think about this a second
Daar gaan we dan.
and feel that talks to my
Ik heb
soul
geen idee wat die.
on the deep level. It's speaking to my soul. It's not a mental connection.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay, it's a song by the group Yes. It's an older song called "And You and I." All right, there we go. Let's put some visuals on here.
Yeah.